I titled today's training Engage, Manage, Inspire, practical strategies for teaching and engaging young learners. And that's why I titled it this way. Not like I'm changing the topic anyways, because I believe that we've all taught early year students. We might not know. And who are the early year students? We're talking about children from 3 to 7. So in case if you've probably seen the topic and like, this is for those teaching baby class, no. If you have taught a child in year 2 or maybe year 3 that is 6 or 7, you are also an early years online tutor. So just to let us know that many of us fall into this bracket, and many of us will fall into this bracket in the future, because we are still going to get more teaching gigs. So you might as well pay attention, so that when you eventually get that gig, you won't be like me that had to struggle for the first few weeks before I found my footing. So that's why I titled it Engage, Manage, Inspire. So let's get into this. And I try to not focus too much on the slides. I speak as it comes to me, so I needed to create this connection. So as much as possible, the slides are there, but I would speak from the heart, okay? And I like our sessions to be very interactive. So let's get into it. Yes. So now I want to ask everybody, would you be in your own online class? And this is I'm not calling anybody out. I'm just asking. I want to know. You imagine now that you are a 4-year-old. You're a 4-year-old. You're sitting in front of a screen. An adult is talking to you. I want us to picture it too, because this thing I'm saying is super important. Imagine you're a 4-year-old and you're sitting in front of a screen. Just give me a second. Let me set my slide properly. Okay. You're sitting in front of a screen. An adult is talking to you. Keeps talking on and on and on for 7 minutes. The person keeps talking. Right? You have been looking at the screen for 7 minutes straight. Your favorite toy is sitting beside you. Your mom is in the next room. You can see a cartoon tab on the computer. Right? Please just give me a second. I want to be able to see the chat box. You can literally see your cartoon tab in the other room. Your mom is cooking something delicious, and your teacher, your tutor, is talking to you and has been talking for the past 7 minutes. I want you to ask yourself, if you were the child, what will you do? Is it A, will you continue listening attentively? Let's be honest though. Will you continue listening attentively? B, will you start playing with your toys? C, will you look away from the screen? D, will you start talking about something completely unrelated? Will you ask to leave the class, or will you do all of the above? Please, let's put it in the chat. I really want us to I want us to be as realistic as possible. Though. Don't tell lies. You are sitting in front of, you are a 4-year-old, remember, you are not this adult. You are a 4-year-old sitting in front of a screen. An adult has been talking on and on and on and on and on and on for 7 minutes straight. No stop, no nothing. And there's so many things that you hope and wish to be doing. I want you to be honest with yourself and be honest with me. What would you do? Put your comment in the chat box. I actually want to read. Please, let's put your comment. Put your comment in. What will you do? Somebody is already smiling. Okay, I really want to read. So, by all means, yes. Somebody said, but it is too. Okay, no, thank you for calling that out. Somebody said F. All of the above. Good. Thank you, Oluwatose. Cecilia said all of the above. You see, I needed to call that out. I needed to some people are still talking. I can see some more comments. Somebody said all of the above. I like the people. I like the audience we have today. Very, very honest, realistic audience. That's exactly what most people will do. Me for one, I might even be staring at you. You might think that I'm looking at you, but in my head, I'm far away. I'm somewhere far away. Like, I might literally at that moment be fantasizing about what I want to do. Someone said B. Let me even check. What is option B again? B says, start playing with my toy. Exactly, because at that moment, my toy is beside me. Mom is what's it called? Mom is in the next room, right? Cartoon is on. I will most definitely play with my toy. Like, I will, right? So, I needed to ask that, because many a times when we are teaching these children, we forget that these children, how do I put it? You forget that children have low attention span. We totally forget, right? And we think that we're teaching adults like ourselves and keep rambling on and on and on and keep talking and talking and forget that these are kids. This is a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, and you have to do something different. And that's why we're having this training, so that we can do better as educators, as online tutors. So teaching younger children, apart from the fact that normally younger children have very low attention span, right? Okay, please just give me a second, because there's something else I wanted to. Okay, apart from the fact that apart from the fact that we already know that children have very low attention span, we are not really, this training is not about teaching you how to make them behave. So if you're expecting me to tell you how you can make children behave online, that's not why we are here. We are here to design an experience that gives children fewer reasons to disengage. Because even as adults, somebody is in front of you and talking on and on and on for 7 minutes, I promise you will get tired. Let's not even lie, you will get tired, you will zone out. Talk more of a child whose attention span is, I think there's a study that says the attention span of a child is like almost the age added like plus a minute. So let's say the attention span of a 3-year-old is like 4 minutes, or let's say 3 minutes max. Even 3 minutes is even too much. Then let's even say you are teaching a 5-year-old, so the attention spans are so short. So we're not here to talk about how to get them to behave. We're here to learn how to, or to glean strategies on how to make the learning experiences more interesting, create better learning experiences that give children fewer reasons to disengage. So the online tutoring engagement gap, many tutors, many of us, we already know how to explain. We're teachers. If you ask us to explain a topic, we just read up on it and come and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. We already know how to explain. We already know how to demonstrate. We know how to ask questions. We know how to give worksheets. After all, they say infuse technology, give worksheet and go. We know how to assess. Tell me what you learned. Can you define what I just told you? We know how to do all of that. But effective online tutoring also requires us to know how to capture. I use that verb, capture. How to capture pupils' attention, how to involve them. Do you remember that there's a particular saying, tell me I do, or how do I put it? Tell me I know, show me I learn, involve me I never forget. I don't know, we know the lines, the lines of that saying or that quote, right? So as online tutors, we already know how to do, how to teach, how to tell, how to explain, how to demonstrate. But to be effective as an online tutor, it also requires you to know how to capture students' attention. It also requires you to know how to involve them. It also requires you to know how to reset when for some reason you encounter a block. And you just need to reset. It requires you to be able to practice and then help the child to also do what? Reflect in their learning. Because it's not just learning, oh, you've assessed the child. They also should be able to reflect on what they've learned. So what are we learning today? What is the promise? What is our promise for today's training? At the end of this webinar, I want you to be able to, number one, diagnose engagement problems. And I use the word diagnose, meaning I want you to be able to think analytically when you come across an early years learner. You're teaching an early years learner and you notice in the first few days that you started taking that child, or I always even prefer that you notice or you catch it when you are maybe having a trial class. We always have like a trial class for anytime you want to take a particular student on like a first class. Some call it demo, some call it trial, some call it, they call it different names. While you are having that demo class, one of the things that you are trying to access, you're not just assessing whether the child knows a 1 + 1 or 2 +. No, you're accessing these things. Does this child have an engagement problem, or rather, does this child get distracted? What distracts this child? What does this child's learning what's it called, attention span look like? These are things, so you should be able to diagnose it when you have your first encounter with a particular early years learner. You should be able to know what is the distraction of this child. Are they distracted by themselves? Are they distracted by the environment? You should be able to know. Analytical thinking. You should be able to design engaging learning experiences and not just teach. Okay, so we are moving from the era of a tutor to designing learning experience. And I know when I say design, somebody will say, am I an architect? Easy, relax, we are coming to that. Okay, and at the end of this webinar, I also want us to be able to build engagement into the structure of the lesson. You should be able to engage your learners from start to finish, right? So let's get into it. Oops, I did something. Okay, let me just. Okay, so I want us to become the child now. You say this lady has come again. She's asking us to become the child again. What does she want from us? She's stressing our brains today. I want you to become the child. And when I say become the child, I'm simply saying, what does engagement look like to you? I want you to go back to being that 4-year-old again. I want you to go back to being that 4 or 3-year-old again. What does engagement look like to you? Let me give you a scenario. So let's call this child Daniel. Daniel joins every lesson. His camera is always on. He answers questions when called upon. His parents says he's enjoying the lessons, right? It looks like that. But after a few weeks, something changes. He starts looking away. You're teaching, he's looking away. His answer becomes shorter. He needs more prompting. He needs you to prompt him all the time for him to be able to answer questions, for him to be able to focus. He starts asking, are we finished? Are we done? Are we done? Miss Mercy, Miss Debbie, are we not done? How many minutes left? And starts looking, tossing and turning. And then your first thought, sometimes most tutors, the first thought that comes to them is, seems like Daniel has a short attention span, or what's it called? Daniel likes to distract himself. I want to ask, what if the problem is not Daniel? What if the problem is not Daniel? What if the lesson has become predictable for him? He now knows that anytime a teacher comes on, once it's time for class, she'll teach. After teaching and talking, then she'll ask me to do some sums. She'll share her worksheet, or maybe she'll share a worksheet and ask me to write, and after that, and then she'll give me assignments, and that is it. It has become predictable. He already knows what comes next. So that's why I said I want us to become the child. What does engagement look like to you? Is it today we're learning about shape? What is this shape? And you showed the child the triangle. Or is it you are now a shape detective? Find 3 triangles hiding around your house. I want you to tell me. So I want us to use emojis really quickly. Okay? I have 3 emojis. So tell me today. Oh, someone is saying something. Someone is saying something. Is person talking to me? Yes, okay. Okay, I thought you were talking to me. Let me go back to my slide. Where's my slide? Okay, I was reading something from my slide. Okay, I see it now. So, does engagement look like today? Let's say, I want you to, like I said, become the child. You are the child now. You are Daniel. Your teacher comes in and says, today we are learning about shapes. What is this shape? Oh, and she shows you a picture of a triangle, and you say, oh, it's a triangle. Do you feel engaged? Will you feel engaged? I want you to give me a thumbs up if that kind of lesson would make you feel engaged. Oh, what shape is this? You show the child. She shows you a square. Will you feel? Does that seem engaging to you? Does that seem interesting to you? Just give me a thumbs up. Don't think too hard. Let's not think too deep. Or somebody's giving you a thumbs up. Oh, that's engaging. If you think that's engaging, give me a thumbs up. If that's not engaging, give me a thumbs down. Or your teacher comes in and say, we are now shape detectives. Today we are going to be shape detectives. I want you to find 3 triangles hiding in your room. Tell me, which one do you think will sound right? Is it the first one? Today we are learning about shapes, or the second one? Or let me also say this. So your teacher wants to teach you maybe reading, a comprehension, maybe you're learning to read. Yes, children in this age bracket, they are mostly, having reading issues or the other. So let's say today is a reading class and your teacher brings a comprehension passage or a short sentence to practice, and she says, today we're reading this sentence. So she just tells you to read. Does that sound engaging? Or imagine she says, you are going to be a teacher today. You are going to be my teacher today, Daniel. Can you catch my reading mistakes? Can you tell me where you think I'll make mistakes? And you tell the child to, instead of just saying read this sentence, which one do you think, which is most likely to create genuine engagement? Is it the number one, A or B, or number two, A or B? I can see some responses in the chat. Oh, somebody's saying B. Okay. Oh, I think that's the old. Yeah, I think that's the old. Second one, B. Thank you, Oluwatosin. B again. Thank you. The B's have it. The B's have it. Right? Somebody said 2. Right? Thank you very much, Chinyere, Ikechukwu, and yes, Techno. Yes, somebody said the second one. So you can see that engagement looks different. Oh, let me also, I don't know, every time I try to share this, just hold on please. So you can see what I'm saying when I say that engagement is different. So just telling a child today we're learning about shape is not going to solve anything. How are you going to infuse engagement into your lessons? And that's what we are moving into. So true engagement is not the child's camera is on. Sit still. The child is saying yes. Do you understand? Yes. Did you get it? No. True engagement does not look like repeating after the author. No. That's not what true engagement looks like. True engagement is not just the child completing worksheets or answering correctly. No. True engagement actually looks like having the child get to think. Is your lesson having your child get to think critically? Are your pupils, or is your pupil, these children are younger, so we can use that statement. Are your pupils moving around? I know somebody will say, moving? How would I know what they are doing? This is online, it's not physical. It's possible, it's doable. It is. Are you getting your pupils to question? Are you getting them to explain in their own words? Okay, not a definition you forced down their throats. Are you getting your pupils to connect? Are you getting them to reflect on what they've learned? Are you getting them predicting? Those of us that teach, maybe year 1, year 2 pupils, what's it called? Comprehension, English comprehension and the likes. Are you getting them to think? Are you getting them to predict? Are you getting them to choose? Oops. Okay, go away. Okay, as I was saying, are you getting them to choose? Are you getting them manipulating? Are they creating? Are they solving? Let me join with my other device so that I can read the chats from there. So that's what true engagement looks like. Excuse me, I'm still here. So that's what true engagement looks like. Sorry, there's an echo on my end because I just joined with the second device. Okay, so let's move on. So like it says at the top, engagement is not equal to compliance. Just because you have gotten your pupil to comply with your lessons, you've gotten them to sit still, you've gotten them to keep quiet or to do, it doesn't mean that true engagement is actually happening. So let's look at we have already looked at what true engagement looks like. Getting your student to think, move, question, explain. Yeah, and that brings me to this. Okay, so this is like I said, when I started teaching my 4-year-old, I hit a brick wall. Okay, this is a vulnerable moment. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I hit a brick wall in the sense that at a point, or should I say in the first few days I started teaching him, I noticed that he couldn't sit still for even 5 minutes. He was always looking for something to do, distracted, playing with himself, putting his head down. Like, oh my God, Where do I go from here? It was a lot. So when I say that this is a tested and trusted method that I've had to use and reuse that really helped, take it from me. It is really tested and trusted. And that brings me to this framework that I've always used. I call it happy here. So not the usual happy that we are used to spelling. And the H stands for hook. I don't know, I'm still having an echo here. How do I stop it? I don't like the fact that I sound like I'm in two different places at the same time. Go away.
You reduce the value. Okay.
Yes, I've reduced it. Okay, so okay, yeah, thank God. I thought my video was on. So the first thing I try to do for every lesson with my early years learner, or even any child, and let me also state this, that yes, we are learning about how to engage early years learners online, but this strategies and this framework works for every single person, both young, old, GCSE, 11 plus learner, every single person. I try to, in the first 10 minutes, I try to hook my learners in. Hook, just like that what's it called, that tool that fishermen use. You know how they use it? They put something enticing at the hook and then throw it in, just to do what? To reel the fish out. That's exactly what we are doing with your learners. Same thing. Oh, Mr. Emmanuel has something to say. Mr. Emmanuel, do you have a question? Oh, okay, I guess that was a mistake. So
no, I think it was saying that this thing is still echoing, that you should try.
It's still echoing. Okay, no, let me just leave. Let me just leave so that, because I can also hear it. There's an echo. Just give me a second. Let me leave. Okay. Yes, I've left. Sorry for that, Mr. Emmanuel and everyone. I just wanted to be able to see the chat, because I don't really get to see the chat as I intended to. Yes. So so I try to get them to get hooked. I try to hook them in the first few seconds, in the first 20 seconds. And I always say this, even while in the physical classroom, I always say, if you cannot in the first 20 seconds grab your students' attention, and what does grabbing their attention is, you're grabbing their attention by trying to give them an activity or something that gets them curious about what the next 1 hour of your class will look like. And that hook could be a song, because when I say hook, now somebody's thinking I want to share one rocket science theory. It could be a song, it could be a picture that's different, that's odd, that you need to use to catch them, or it could be a picture, it could be a question, not just any kind of question, not a question that expects them to give you back the way you give them, like you are expecting them to give you verbatim. It could be a question, it could be a picture, it could be a song, it could be a story, it could even be a prompt. Let me give you an example. So let's say I'm teaching a 5-year-old, and maybe for that day or in that lesson we're going to be learning, let's say, adjectives. I might get like an odd kind of picture, just a picture, and just as I'm coming into class, I'm just sharing the picture. First thing, I'm sharing the picture, and I'm telling the child, I want you to, don't tell me the name of this object. I already know the name. We both know the names, or I might not even have the name on the picture. Can you tell me what you can see? When you look at this picture, what do you see? What do you think it will feel like if you were to touch it? What do you think it will sound like if you were to throw it on the floor? Do you see where that is going? Now the child is getting to, in the first few minutes, you are not telling the child, sit down, it's time for class, sit down, stop making noise. No, the child's already, you're joining in and you're already sharing your screen, and the child is looking at the picture. Miss Mercy, what is this? And you're telling the child, I want you to tell me, not the name, tell me what you think this looks like. What does it sound like? What does it feel like? What does it, and you're already getting the child to do what? Be Number one, they're already curious about, what's this picture this Miss Mercy is sharing? And then they're already critically thinking. So you've already done two things. You've grabbed their attention. You have succeeded in also making them curious. I want to know more. I want to know more. Let me look at it. And you're already getting them to do what? To critically think. So now you're not just saying, what did we learn in our last class? Because that one you're expecting verbatim. You're expecting them to give you back the way that you gave them in the previous class or something. But this time they're thinking critically. So it could even be a story. I want to teach a sound today. I want to teach the letter sound, maybe D. I'm not just going to come and say, today we are learning the sound D. No. I'll just say, I have a story for you. I have a story. Once upon a time, there was a Dele got a drum as a birthday present, and the child is already sitting, because you are not even going to need that child to, you are not going to need to tell the child, sit down. The child wants to hear. Even me as an adult, you tell me I have a story, I have gists for you. You don't need to tell me to sit down. I'll sit down, I'll set my chair well and bring my ear close, because I want to know more. I want to hear what you are trying to say. Do you get what I'm saying? So the hook could be a story. The goal is you want to get them curious. You want to grab their attention. You want to get them curious. You also want to get them to critically think. In that first 20 seconds even. Because I always say the first 20 seconds will determine how the rest of your class will go. How the rest of the 1 hour will go. If you cannot grab them in that first, let me even say 1 minute. You might lose them. You might not. It might take a while for you to get them again. So you want to hook them. That's what the H stands for. I pray I don't talk too much, oh God. The A in this framework stands for activate. Activate. So you have been able to successfully grab their attention. You are now curious. They want to know more. And now you're telling them today. So remember I said the language also matters. You're not saying today we are going to be learning about adjectives. Today we are going to we're going to be describing things using our senses, using our eyes, the way we see them, using our ears, the way we hear them, using our touch, the way we feel them, using our taste, if it's something that they can taste, using our smell. Now you're not telling them we're going to be learning adjectives. No, you're already telling them. So they are curious. Oh wow. So now the next step is to now actively engage them, actively explore. And I use the word explore because yes, engagement should help children explore. And what do I mean by explore? You are now, wrapping your lesson, whatever you intend to teach, around interaction. I feel like by now we should already know that the work that we do as teachers or tutors has gone beyond just going to study or read and then coming to pour down on our learners. No, these times have changed, right? We are not the be all and know all. Even these children, as little as they know some things. So our job has moved from just teaching to what? Facilitating, right? And so yes, somebody's talking, somebody's saying something. Okay, I thought the person was talking to me. Yes, so as I was saying, we want to activate meaning actively engage them. It could be with your visuals. It could be because there are so many different types of learners. Some learn by looking at pictures, some learn auditory, that's they learn by listening, some learn through activities. Sorry, Miss Chinwe, seems you caught a cold. So some learn through movement activities, some learn through children learn in different ways. So you don't want to be a teacher that teaches one way, just sit down, talk, or maybe share a picture. No, you can wrap your lessons around the video. You could use visuals, pictures. You can use slides. Yes, right? You can use slides. You can also animate your voice. So I also think that when we're talking about teaching resources, we tend to forget that even you as a teacher, you are a resource. Let me give you an example. So while I was teaching my 5-year-old, he's still learning to read. So on this day, we had learnt a new sound. And what I do is, for every time we learn a new sound, I ensure that we spell and I ensure that we read. So I ensure that he spells words that has that letter sound, and I ensures that he does what? He also reads sentences with words that has that letter sound. So on this day, we just learnt a new digraph, and for our reading task, I had a worksheet with sentences on it, and instead of just having us read the normal way, I told him, today we're going to be using our silly voice. We're going to be using our silly voice to read. So we're not just reading the normal way, which, you know, I know that maybe 3 sentences or 2 sentences in, he will lose interest. I said, we're going to be using our silly voice, and then I model it. I say, today, you know, I kind of like changed my voice, right? Today, I want us to read with our silly voice. Watch me. And I took my turn. I went first, and I used my silly voice. I told him, your turn. And he was so happy. If you see how he was so happy reading with his silly voice, like something that simple. So even you as an educator, your voice is also a resource. So when I say actively explore, I'm saying you are engaging the child actively with visuals, with slides, with videos, animated voice, with songs. Recently, I saw a post. Thriving, she's also an online tutor, and she was sharing how she uses songs all the time. You know, she songifies. I like to use that word. Songifies a concept. Instead of just, you know, telling, oh, now is this. Put it in a song. Children like to sing. You are teaching a new sound. Sing it. There are so many songs. You know, there's so many. Most of the phonics reading program have songs attached, right? Put it in a song and let the child sing. So using your songs, your storybook, the goal is basically to make learning fun. You want to make learning what? You want to make learning fun. Don't begin by, I already said, don't begin, today we're learning. No, you've already captivated the attention. You want to sustain that attention that, you know, you have captivated. You want to sustain it, right? You want to sustain that attention, right? So the child should do something with learning, and while you're also activating, I also added here that the child should do something with what they are learning. They should not simply just be listening. They can manipulate, they can sort. And I know I'm saying this thing is looking like, I'm not just, yes, you have your slides, which is a picture, but you can go a step forward by having the child. So let me give you another example. I want to use scenarios, because I know sometimes, you know, when we have trainings like this, we have so many strategies, but it doesn't seem like it's real. Because how is she telling me that we can sort what? How do I want to sort when I'm literally facing a screen and my pupil is facing a screen? You can do it. I was teaching division, and I remember telling the parents for that class that they should have the child come in to that class with maybe a bucket of pegs or maybe counting blocks. And I told the parent to please help me stand by the child with a phone, so that, you know, and I aside using my laptop, I had a phone that was, you know, covering myself. I showed the child using my own blocks to divide, to share, right? Like we call this fair sharing. And we used my blocks. I showed the child, and I told the child to also do the same. And he was so eager to. Because at that point, you know, he felt like something to do, not just he wasn't just staring at the screen, something to do. So when I say actively explore, I'm talking about, you know, let them have something to do. It could be sorting, it could be drawing, it could be role playing. Yes, it could be role playing. It could be using a sock puppet. I want to teach what's it called, a particular sound. How about you use you put your hand in a sock, and you know, we see them now. Today I'm having my friend. My friend will be joining us. His name is Mr. Socky, something like that, you know. And Mr. Socky will be teaching us a new sound. So I want you to look at Mr. Socky. The sound we're learning today is can you see? All I just need to do, and when I say a puppet, some people think I'm talking about something serious. Wear a socks on your hand. Wear a sock. As simple as that. Wear a sock on your hand. Just that element alone can do a lot, can change a lot, can make a lot of difference for your learner. Just knowing that, oh, today Miss Mercy is not coming alone. She came with a friend. Watch them go back and tell their parents by the end of that class, guess what, mommy? Miss Mercy came with her friend today. They know it's not a real person. They know, but they don't care. At that moment, it just feels like something exciting. You can build, you can explain, you can tell them to predict. I'm teaching a comprehension. Okay, I want my pupil to read a comprehension passage, maybe my year 2 learner to read an answer comprehension passage. Instead of just say, we're going to be reading this today and answering the question, that you've thrown the child off. Because see, let me tell you, when I was a child, and I always like to use myself as an example, I don't know whether the word learn used to set me off. And it's like that for many children. The minute you tell them, today we are going to be learning, You've turned off something in their head. Sometimes even hearing that one alone will just make them go. They've already zoned out. But when you tell them, look at this picture, what do you think is happening here? Before we even read, what do you think is happening in the picture? You've already activated something. Curiosity again. And critical thinking. So they're looking at the picture and they're trying to, okay, I think the boy is trying to run into a fence or jump across the fence. Oh, what do you think? Or look at this title. The title of the passage says, Journey in a Well. What do you think is happening? What do you think is about to happen? Let them predict. Right? Let them predict what is about to happen. You could even connect it. Have you ever done something like this before? Have you ever tried to maybe jump over a fence? They might say, oh no, but one time, and you know, children, they like to tell stories a lot. They like stories. They want to tell you something that happened. One time my friend's dog jumped over a fence. Don't let them talk. Let them, because they are building connections. That thing you are teaching, yes, it might not entirely be related to what you asked them or what is on the picture, but what they are doing is they are connecting what you are saying to a memory that they have, and that's the easiest way for them to remember. Connection is so important. So important. I can't even overemphasize how connections are important. Very, very important. They are building connections. So let them predict, let them move, let them explain. Don't be the sole person doing all the talking. We have come a long way from that era where the teacher is the be all know all. Let them talk, let them role play. Be animated. Be animated. You're teaching younger children. Don't put on your serious face and just today calm down. This life is not that hard. Smile, play with them. You could even be when you're checking in as they're coming in to sit. How was your day? I love this. Something I love to do. I love to compliment them a lot. I love this, your shirt. So blue, so nice. Blue, your favorite color. See what you've done. Even if the child was coming in with a frown before, just that little compliment will already turn it, because I already feel like, oh, my tutor loves my clothes. Okay, so activate. That's the A. Let me stop on that note. Then the P says pause. This one is very important, because I don't know how some tutors believe that you can teach a 4, 3, 5, 6, even 7, even 10-year-olds. Even me as an adult, I don't think I can stare into the screen for so long without doing something else. Distraction will come in, because like I said, attention span too plays a factor. Age plays a factor. So it's important. The P in the framework says pause. This one is, I cannot overly emphasize it. Pause. And when I say pause, brain break. You have been talking, you have been teaching and all of that. Relax. Is there something that the child can do? Maybe a movement break. This is so important, because young learners need cognitive and physical reset. They've been staring into the screen. Do you realize that their eyes are much younger than yours or smaller than yours? They've been sitting down, even though, yes, okay, you got them to predict, you got them to maybe clap, you got them to, they've still been sitting there. It's not easy. So in between your class, plan. This one is not you. It has to be planned while you're planning your lesson for that day. Plan for a pause. Plan for a movement break. It could be a movement break. You can get a video from maybe YouTube, or this freeze dance. So, okay, so now we're going to freeze dance. I want you to do what is happening. No, I like to move it. I like that one so much. It's a movement break. Let them move around. Let them do actions. It could be a warm up too. It is super important. You can use 30 seconds movement break. You can do the freeze dance. You can do lava. There's so many on YouTube. Just ask for movement break, movement activities, videos. You see so many. YouTube is one of those underrated or underhyped learning resources that is super free to use, especially for early learners. Oh, you get it right with using YouTube. So go on there, look for videos. It could even be a breathing exercise. This child has been maybe tired, or maybe distracted, or maybe the child has been frustrated, or maybe I said frustrated. Yeah, a child can be frustrated. Probably they are not getting what you are teaching them. Breathe in, even as little as a breathing break. Okay, you know what? Breathe in, breathe out. Yeah, close your eyes. Clap it. It goes a long way. It could be a quick drawing session. You can have maybe a picture, and And let me tell you the beautiful thing about these brain break activities. You could also use it to incite them. You could also use it as what's that word? You could also use it as incentive. So you've started the class, you've hooked their curiosity, you are already actively engaging them. In between, you might see that they might get fuzzy. You tell them, I have a video that we're going to watch next on. In the next 5 minutes, I have a video. If you don't pay attention, I might not have us watch that video. You can also use it as an incentive. Okay, but still, you need to plan a pause, a brain break in between your lesson. It could be, oh, you know what, show me your fingers, show me your toes, show me your hands. It could be a warm-up activity. I saw a teacher, one of my teacher buddies, she posted a clip of herself. She said, online tutors, the number of calories we burn, you know, when you're teaching early years or younger learners alone. Do we need to go to gym? You know, she was just saying that, and she posted a clip of herself. You know, she and her pupil, they were having like a warm-up activity, and she was like, walk like a cat, all of so that one too is a very, do you think, even me as an adult, if you tell me to stand, I will stand up and move like a cat, because I just need something, I just need a pause. Okay, if children need pause, they need breaks in between learning. So plan for a break in between your lesson. It is very, very important. That's what the P in the framework says. And then the next one is incorporate, and this is where practice comes in. You've already taught them a new topic for the day. Now you want them to actually practice that topic that you've taught them, to be sure that they get it. So that's why I put the incorporate practice. Don't leave practice until the very end, because you might lose them. Okay, embed small doses of practice throughout the lesson. And when I say incorporate practice, I'm not saying you have to do it in this order. Even when you are actively teaching, while you are even asking them all those questions, what do you see? Can you describe it? Do you know that you are also incorporating practice like that? While you are teaching them the sounds, and then you are telling them, you know what, I want you to write on the screen. Oh, somebody's Mr. Ovai. Yeah. Seems you are okay. I guess that was a mistake. So incorporate practice. Let them try, rather than just, you know, what's it called, rather than just teach for, let's say, 40 minutes, and then the last 10 minutes, let's say your class is 40 minutes, or let's say your class is 1 hour, you teach for the first 30 minutes straight, and then you now tell them, oh, we are going to do a 20 minutes task. In that 30 minutes you've already lost them. Why not, you know, teach and let them try, give feedback, right, and then try again, and then you apply. So practice is super important. Let them practice. And then the last R in the framework is reflect. So I think this is one, oh god, the sound, where is this one? I will have to use my earpiece again, and I'll probably shout. Can everybody hear me?
Can you hear me, everyone? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I don't know if I'm doing too much talking. Are we following? Am I alone here? Please just give me an emoji.
Yes, we can hear you. We're following with you.
We can hear you, Miss Mercy.
Thank you very much. I needed to be sure that I wasn't talking to myself, because if you give me the opportunity, I can ramble on and on for minutes. I just hope that I'm not doing too much talking. So, very, very important. Reflect. And what does reflection look like? What does reflection look like? Reflection can be, so today, I used one recently when I taught, you know, a conjunction lesson. At the end of my lesson, instead of just, you know, asking them, so what did you learn today? Or instead of even just asking them, can you define a noun? Okay, I just taught the child nouns today. Instead of at the end of the lesson saying, can you define a noun for me? Your reflection could be as simple as, can you tell me 3 new words that you learned today? 3 new, it could be any word at all. Don't think too hard. Just 3 new words you learned today. Can you tell me 2 things that you loved in this class? 2 things that you can never ever forget from today's class. They might tell you something that it might not even be the lesson you taught. It might be something that you did. Oh, I can never forget how Mr. Soki came to class to teach us the sound. Oh, see what you did there. You are reflecting. So even when they want to start gisting with you, reflection is coming inside you. So I tell them, okay, can you tell me 1 thing that you want us to continue doing, that we did today, that you want us to keep doing? They might even tell you, you know what, I love the video that we used for our movement, for our warm-up. I love this. Can you have another video ready in the next class? you're already getting their feedback. You already, in fact, and this reflection is also a way for you to reflect on how the lesson went for yourself as a tutor. So you're also reflecting on how the lesson went for you, and you also know the areas that you need to, probably work on, the areas you need to do better at. It will help you. So reflection is super important. So this is the framework that I use. There are so many other ways to engage learners. I think I've even embedded them, inside. So many ways to engage your learners when they are coming in to your to the class. Like I mentioned, you want to start with a check-in instead of just, we are learning this today. Calm down. You want to start, how are you? How was your day? I'm sure your day was fun. Tell me one thing you did today. So instead of just having them asking them how was your day, tell me one thing you did today. Tell me the highlights of today. What was one thing you did that you enjoyed so much? You see how they'll be so eager. So sometimes your hook doesn't have to be anything so deep. It could even be just a check-in. Tell me one thing that was the highlight of your day today. Or it could be, this your top. Look at, see, there's a dinosaur on your top. Do you like dinosaurs? Because you are talking about them. See, children like human beings, they are selfish. They want you to be about them. The minute you're already asking about them, they already, it's true, I'm wearing a dinosaur, I like dinosaurs. They will already be giving you all the gist. See? So you might also want to use a good check-in. A good check-in is a very good way to do what? To hook your learners, right? You might also want them to, maybe you can tell the parents to have them bring their comfort items. If you see that a particular child, maybe the child is starting out and they are usually fussy. Okay, ma or sir, is there maybe a particular teddy that this child loves to have around, or maybe their favorite toy, and just let the child keep that particular toy around them. It can also help, to engage them. And please, by all means, if you're talking about hook, activate, pause, please celebrate them, celebrate effort. Don't just be about results. The child could not define it. No. Did the child make effort? Celebrate the effort. You can celebrate effort as little as, let me show you, as little as, where is that my sticker? I'm using reaction button. Oh God, I need my reaction button. No. I need my reaction button. As little as the reaction button. Please, just give me a second. I need to see my reaction button. As little as, yes, let me just say. As little as the reaction button. This dropping stars. Oh my God, just this alone. Just this stars. I'm telling you, I'm going to pour you down some confetti. Oh, you see how they are so happy. If you get this stars, I will give you thumbs up. I will show you lots of thumbs up. I'll give you lots of hearts. It's a big deal for children. These little things. And there's some tutors. This is the area that I also need to. They use props. Some tutors have pom-poms. Some tutors have whistles. Some tutors have something like a trumpet. So if you get this particular task, I'm going to blow this trumpet for you, and they have it. Because do you know how excited? Some tutors have rattles. Me, I'm also getting to that level, right? You go online, you see lots of things that wonderful tutors are doing. So these are props that you can use to also make your classroom or your online classes also engaging. Make the children look forward to your lessons. They're not thinking, I'm going to go into class again. Oh no. Be animated, be flexible. I talked about this in my last what's it called, in a post I put up. Flexibility, you cannot run away from it as an educator or an online tutor. Because sometimes you plan the best slides, you plan the best activities on Google Docs, you plan the games, you plan, and then all of a sudden maybe something could not start. My last class, I think a week ago, I'd already planned my slides, and for some reason I couldn't share. I don't know what happened. I couldn't share anything. Oh my God, it was so frustrating, because imagine putting all your effort into creating the perfect slide, I already have links to games and all of that embedded into it, and I could not share. I had to jump to the rescue, so we had to do more hands-on that day. I had to look for a way, to still make the class engaging. Use songs, use role play activities. So you see why I say, even you as a teacher, you are a resource. And that's why you need to be flexible. You have to be very flexible. For some reason, technology disappoints all the time. Is it Wi-Fi? Sometimes you want to share with something happens, they take the light. You have to just look for a way to be flexible. Flexibility cannot be overemphasized. So, which brings me to this. Very quickly, I want us to just look at the picture and tell me what you see. There's an expression in this picture. Sharing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bam. Can you look at this picture and tell me what you see? What do you see? What do you see? What do you see? What is the secret phrase of this expression? Anybody, quickly. You can unmute your mic and quickly say it, or you can put it in the chat. I'm opening the chat box. Oh, I see a lot of people talking. I've not been looking at this.
I'm under the weather.
Under the weather, Miss Kate Oyana. Nice one. Let me give you. Let me throw confetti for you. Where's my confetti now? Where's my? No.
I need it. Trades.
Let me throw it. Yes. So where is it? Please don't let me be promise and fail, Miss Mercy. Where's my confetti? Yeah, sending you some confetti. Okay, let me see. I have something else here. Okay, so I'm going to. This one is a puzzle. I want you to find the items that you used to build a school. We have some building items in this puzzle. I think about 5. It's more than 5. So just let me know when you find it. Put it in the chat. Building items that we used to build, that you can use to build a school. If you have seen anyone, just put it in the chat. You can see the chat. Let me go down. Someone said some adults who have short attention. Yeah, exactly. Me, I have short attention span. Very, very important. I have short attention span a lot. I can't sit still for that. I'm not seeing any. Are we taking time? Okay, I'm giving us things time. Yes. As teachers, it's very important. You ask your pupil a question. Give them some time to think about it. Don't pressure them to give you an answer immediately, right? So I'm giving you think time. Look at the picture. Can we all see the picture?
No, the part is blocked.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I blocking it?
Yeah.
What about now? Is it open now?
No. There.
Okay. It's better now. Is it better now? Please, somebody tell me so that, okay, I think it's better because I can see a chat. Okay, I think I'm just going to look for a way to open the chat. I don't know how to open it. Oh, you can unmute yourself and say it, because I think if I try to open the chat, it will cover the picture. Somebody has said something. Oh, he said yes, no.
You've covered
Nobody
it
has seen
again.
anything. Oh, okay, I've uncovered it. Sorry.
See heat.
Sorry for covering.
See use heat for building. Heat.
Yes, think for building. Yes, building material. For example, okay, let me give you an example. This is my pen. I can see here. I can see iron. Can you see iron?
Okay.
So that's what I mean. If you know what, yes, you can use your annotate on my screen. Thank you very much. Somebody.
There is a slate. Slate.
Okay. You can annotate if you see. If you see it, annotate, please. By all means, annotate on the screen. You can use your pen on the screen. Show me, just like I did. I'm sure everybody can annotate. Slate, correct. Math corner, well done. Slate, I still have like 3 or 4 more. Yes. Anybody else? Somebody circled heat. Is that heat? Oh, tar, correct. That's the one they use for this our fake roads that they always use every 2 months. That they always renew subscription for. Yes. Okay, I can see tar down here. I can see somebody was trying to circle this. I think I have 1 more. Let's just one more. Okay. So let me just show you. So let me show you so that
we have UK and EU. EW.
Where is it?
KLW.
You can circle it. I don't know where it is. Clue.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, okay. New. No, it's not a word. This is not a word puzzle. You're actually supposed to look for the things that you can use to build. Or somebody said new. No, not necessarily. Let me show you. So let me just show you. So can you see? Look at some of the items that we can use to build. Can you see some of the items? Like I showed you iron. Somebody put slate. Somebody put tar. You can see there are many more types. There's saw. There's clay. There's what is it called? What's this one? This one is net. Can you see it's beam? Okay. Last but not least. Okay. I think I can stop share now. Okay, so Well, where did we stop? We just talked about the. So let's see if we can remember. Can you tell me the framework I used? Happy. What does H mean? H. You can put it in the chat.
Incorporate.
H. I mean H. What's
H means
hook. Hook. Okay. A.
Activate.
H is for
Activate. Okay. What about P?
Pause.
Pause. What about I?
Incorporate.
Incorporate. What about the R?
Reflect.
Reflect. Okay. I'm glad that we're all here. I just needed to be sure that we were paying attention. Sorry, the teacher in me. Okay, so let's continue. So now we're looking at some tools. What are some tools that we can use? What are some tools we can use to manage our classroom management? How can classroom management work online? How does classroom management work online? And yes, online classroom management. I will not call this one a framework. It's just basically the 5R rule. And the first R says routine. Routines are very important, super important to use. And when I say routine, I'm not saying it's something fixed that the same way you do everything. Routines just help the child to be able to predict. It makes your lesson predictable. It makes the next step predictable. They are not lost. And when I say routine, I'm not talking about, like I said, it doesn't have to be any hard or fast rule. It could be as simple as that every time we have a class, and you are the one who knows that routine, you can also share with your child. It can be that your routine is check in. After checking in, then a quick hook activity, then warm up. It could be that you already let your pupils know. We always have a warm up at the beginning of our lesson, right? At the beginning of class, a warm up activity, a video, or stretch your hand. It could be so. When we are talking about routine, we're not just talking about. We're talking about something predictable. Pardon me. I feel like, please, can you hear me? Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. I wanted to be sure. So when I say routine, I'm talking about things that help the child to at least be able to predict what the lesson would look like, right? Daily. Because the truth is, children benefit from knowing what comes next. So I also want to be part of the class. Okay. Sorry for that. Yes, so like I said, young children benefit from knowing what comes next. For example, your lesson could go with this framework. It could be, when you come in, hello, today's mission. Today's mission is we're going to be name detectives. We're going to be looking for the names of things that we find around us. See, that's a perfect hook, right? And then from there, you have maybe like a warm-up, you have an explore activity. Oh, we're going to be going around the room. I want you to go around the room and pick any item and come and tell me the name of the item. You know that you want to teach nouns, but you already know how you are going about it, right? You could see that then you have a pause, then you have practice, then you have reflection, and then goodbye. So when we say routines, I'm not just saying, just basically you want to have some repetition, some things that you repeatedly do, so that your pupils know that, or your pupil knows that, okay, after this is what comes next. So they are not always asking, are we done? Are we done? Miss Messi, are we done? All those kinds of questions. So the routine itself becomes even a classroom management tool, right? So instead of just saying, come back, I think one of my teacher buddies also posted that every time you're an online teacher, and every time you're always saying, pay attention. That one already is a flaw, because if you had a good hook, you wouldn't need to be saying that. Okay, so instead of saying that, look at me, eyes on me, and this one we say it all the time. Just now that you say, don't touch my screen. Instead of saying pay attention 1 million times, or eyes on the screen, or focus, can you see my screen? You can just, like you've already told them, today we're going to be name detectives. Today we're going to be pairing numbers. So I think I've been talking a lot about grammar. It feels like LES teachers only teach grammar. Even math. Today we're going to be pairing numbers in twos. We're going to be making numbers friends. So I told mommy to get you your peg. Can you see? So routines are super important. They're super important classroom management tools. Another one is rules. And when I say rules, honestly, I'm not talking about 150 things that you told your children. When you come to my class, you sit down straight. It's not a military barrack. Calm down, auntie. Calm down, Miss Ritzy. Calm down. You are not teaching. You are not in the barrack. When we talk about rules, we are talking about maybe 1, 2, 3 things. It could be as simple as eyes forward, sit nicely, arms folded, something like that. Or eyes are looking, arms are folded, ears are listening, something like that. And it could be something that you would have also talked about. Please, very important. So whenever you are making rules, try to also have a discussion with the child. I know this one seems funny. When you have a discussion, you're discussing, you're going, if we are going to get the best about best of this lesson, we need to. Sorry for that. So as I was saying, it could be just 3 rules that just basically covers what you need the child to do, expectation. So by the end of, if you want to have a good lesson, this is what we are expected to do. We're expected to sit nicely, okay? Eyes forward, ears are listening, okay? Not a bunch of rules. Make it feel. You could even use a picture. I remember one time, like I said, there are so many things I tried. No. There's nothing that my early years did not get me to try. So at a point, I used to have this chart that I designed that had 3 pictures. As it wasn't words because you couldn't read. So just pictures of eyes, pictures of arms folded, and pictures of how you should sit. And every time we join in, after I've done my introductions and all of that, I share that picture just as a reminder, like a visual reminder that I remember that this is what we're expected to do when we come into class. And that really helps. So rules are important. There's very, very, very important. Rules are very important. When we are online, it could even be a rule that you and the learner chant together. Remember the rules when we are online. Our eyes are looking, our ears are listening, our arms are folded. You can even songify it, put it in a song and let it just be part of one of the things you sing and use to remind. Or maybe you are transitioning from one lesson to the next or one activity to the next. You can even have a song. And this one was the song I used in my physical classroom. I always tell them, everybody settle down, and we're all singing it together. And as we're singing it, the children are going to settle down, right? So you could also carve something like that out. It could be a song that just helps, that you sing and you and your learner uses it to transition from one activity to the next. So rules, very important. I think I've been talking for too long. Then we have roles. And when I say roles, I'm not saying, I'm just saying sometimes allow your pupils to be something else in the class. Like give them something important to do. Tell them, today you are going to be my teacher and I'm going to be the learner. Imagine coming in and telling them, today you are going to be the teacher and I'm going to be the learner. Today you are going to be the teacher and I want you to teach me how to count my numbers 1 to 50. You know what you want to do. You want to get them to count number 1 to 50. But you know that it's more or less like citing. You know that if you tell them, let's count numbers 1 to 50, even when you have your chart, you already know that one alone can throw them off. That one alone can get them to zone out. But you need to tell them, today you are going to be my teacher. Teach me. So I have a chart. I have a video. I want you to count and teach me. As you're teaching me, I'll be saying after you. Okay? You say it, I say after you. You say it, I say after you. And they're saying it. They're happily. Say, Miss Nancy, say 1. You should say 1. You say 2. You say your 2. What's your business? At the end of the day, the goal is that you want to get them to be able to count, right? So does it matter who is doing the counting and who is doing the teaching? So that's what I mean when I say role. Let them do something important. Give them something important to do. Or during when you are reading, or maybe you're reading activity, you can tell them, today you are my reading detective. Okay, and like make a mistake while reading. If you catch it, I want you to say stop. Meanwhile, what you're trying to do is probably model the sentence that you want that child to read to them. But when you tell them to be your reading detective, what happens? The attention that they will not have paid before, they will pay it, because now they want to catch their tutor making mistakes. They want to catch you making mistakes. They want to be the one to tell you stop, even when they might not see any error. That's just what I mean when I say roles. Give them roles. Give them something to do. Make them feel take ownership of that lesson that day. They feel like, oh, I was the teacher today. You even get them going back to tell their parents, Mommy, Dad, did you know that I was the teacher today? I taught Miss Mercy. I taught her how to count. I was a reading detective. She made some mistakes and I caught it. It just makes them feel good about themselves. Okay, and then we also use the redirection. This one is super important. Don't fight distraction. Instead of always saying pay attention all the time, eyes on the screen, redirect them. Okay, this is very powerful for online tutoring because children environment is full of distractions. There are distractions everywhere. Even me right now, even here, I'm not a child, but around me there's distraction, right? So talk more of a child that is learning. They have their sibling beside them. They have their favorite toy staring at them. Mommy is in the other room with her friends chatting. This one is there. So the distractions are everywhere. And let's imagine you are teaching shape, and instead of learning shape, the child is telling you, Miss Mercy, look at my toy, look at my teddy. In your head, you'll be like, hey God, how does shapes and teddy relate? This child wants to disturb me again. You know, that tendency can come and you'll be like, we are not talking about teddy. Can you listen? Instead of doing that, instead of saying, oh, you flip or you get frustrated, you can instead say, you know what, can you put the teddy away? But you guess what, when we are done with this, you will tell me everything about your teddy. I want you to even tell me everything about the teddy, but for now just put it away and let's finish up. Okay, once you are done, you have all the time, you tell me everything. You that know that by the time you are done, time is up and you're already telling the child bye bye, but you just know that you are using that to buy your own time too. Because the minute you tell them, oh no, don't tell me about teddy, there's something in that child that closes up. Because the truth is, what they are probably trying to tell you might not necessarily be that teddy. They just want to connect to what you're saying, right? And the minute you shut them off, you shut them down. So you can redirect them. You can redirect them. Or you can say, oh, wait, your teddy is joining our class today. Oh wow, your teddy is sitting in a circle. See what you've done? You have slightly brought that child's mind back to the lesson. See? Is your teddy sitting in a circle? Is your teddy sitting on a rectangle? Show me. And all of that. You would have successfully done what? Transform that distraction into another instructional opportunity. So that's what I mean when I say redirection. And then finally, reset. This one is just basically what I talked about. Your research strategy could be a brain break. Notice that you have been teaching this child the same thing over and over, and the child is not getting it. You've used hook, you've used so you've used your hook, you've tried to grab their attention, you've done everything, but the child, and the truth is that it's not their fault. Attention is not infinite, right? At some point, the child will get tired. Even you as a learner, I attended a training yesterday that was for the whole day, like literally from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. At some point, even me, in between I was zoning out because it was a virtual training. In between, I was zoning out and off and on. See, my own distraction. So in between, I was zoning out. So those things, it will come up when the attention will break. There's no how it will break. So what do you do then? This one is crucial. Like I said, using movement breaks. Or you can even tell the child, you know what, let's take a break. I want you to breathe in. So if I tell the child, I want us to breathe in. Okay? Breathe in. And breathe out. I want you to move your body. Stretch your hands. I want you to move around your chair. What are you doing? You're trying to reset the child back to the lesson, right? You can also tell the child, look away from the screen. You can even do something else. You have been doing a particular thing, child not getting it. If you have something else at that point that child could do, by all means do it so that you two don't get frustrated. Yes. Because the truth is sometimes you have tried all of these things that I mentioned. You try to hook them, you try to activate, but it's still not, this child is still distracted or not getting it. You are allowed to take time off that particular activity and do something else. Because I say, okay, you know what? You are going to let's color. We've learned the colors, the primary colors. You are going to be using the primary colors to color. That's why within your lesson too, you might also plan maybe additional worksheet or something, so that in case if you come across roadblocks like this, you can always use it. So yes, take a deep breath, shake your hand, move your body, choose your next, tell the child, what do you want to do next? You want to move around, okay, I'll give you 20 seconds. And sometimes the distraction will come in the form of, I want to use the restroom, I want to use the restroom. This one, I always use timers. I just tell them, I'm counting down. 20 seconds, go! The reason why I'm counting down for you. Go, 20 seconds. I know why I'm using that timer. Because I didn't want that child to go there and you know how children are doing. Start doing something else. But when the child knows that I'm counting down, you see the way they will run back very quickly. Did I meet the timer? Did I meet the timer? Well, I hope I did. I came back before the timer went off. Me that now I was not counting. I just want the child back. So reset is also important. Let's move on. And now tools for engaging your learners. I put this in a kind of a table, because I believe that tools are based on activity. So for the hook to grab attention, like I mentioned, I call this my online engagement toolbox. So okay, they're distracting me. So for hook, you can use mystery picture. It could be a riddle. It could be poll. It could be an object. Oh, somebody is annotating on my screen. Okay, so your hook could be a mystery picture. It could be a riddle. It could be a poll. It could be a picture. And to use Pinterest can give you so many. In fact, the one I use, Pinterest is your go-to. Then you need a clear picture. Google, you can get a picture on Google. You can use even object, your own object. I remember trying to teach prepositions, and I had a cup, and I had like a little toy, and I told the child, look, just watch me, I'm going to do something now. You're going to tell me what I just did. And I threw the toy inside the cup. And what did I do? So you threw the toy inside the cup. I said, good. I brought out the toy. Now I'm going to do something else. I put the toy under, like, and this was my own hook, right? And that was also a very good starter for my preposition topic. So you see what I mean? It could also be object. Now, the second one, movement. Tools for movement. It could be, oh, let's have a scavenger hunt. By all means, you can screenshot this. Well, yes, you can screenshot the slide if possible. You can use the scavenger hunt. Okay, we just learned about, oh, somebody should give me a topic. I feel like there are only a few topics at the tip of my tongue. Right? It could be Simon Says. We just learned verbs. Let me use this one. Verbs. We just learned action words. I'm just telling them, oh, a verb is an action word. Can you do the verb? Can you play Simon Says? Simon Says, stand. What are you doing? It's an activity. That's also a brain break activity. But you are also practicing the verb that you just learned. See? Simon Says, sit down. Simon Says, clap your hands. You are the one that know what you are doing. But you are also, the child is engaged. They are doing something. They are not sitting still. They will be happy doing it. It could be a movement challenge. It could be a scavenger hunt. We just learned nouns. Can you go around and pick one thing that has, or it could even be, I spy with my little eye something behind you that is blue. You just want to incorporate movement. For retrieval, you want to retrieve what maybe you taught them something in the past and you want them to remember. Flashcards will help. You have so many online flashcards. You can create your own on Canva if you want. ChatGPT. Just type in what you want. I want a flashcard showing maybe words with the picture of the actions on it to help my pupil remember verbs. Put it there. ChatGPT will give you a very good one. Tell it to design it colorfully. Sometimes we always, these days, ChatGPT has come to help a lot. Instead of all those ones that are doing and designing on Canva. Quick questions can be a retrieval strategy using mini quizzes, right? For creativity, it could be drawing. There's a particular, I think I was scrolling on my status and I saw one of my tutor friends, and she had a picture, and on that, so the child had to fill in the color. It's like it was like on the website there was a particular site and the child had to fill in with color. And I was looking, I was like, oh wow, where did you get this? And I asked her, like, where did you get it? Please put me on. And that's one thing. By all means, as tutors, let's by all means put one another on. There's a particular, I think one of our admins on the group does that a lot. He's always sharing links. In fact, many of the links that I particularly own right now, I can attribute that 50% of those links came from him. He's always posting on links for different what is it called? Oh, somebody's saying something. He's always posting different links of different sites on the group, and very wonderful. That just shows somebody that somebody said my screen is blurry. Is it my own screen? Why you not see my screen? It might be network. Oh. Can you see my screen, please, everyone? Can everyone see my screen? Is it blurry?
Yes,
We can see it, but it's blurry. It's blurry.
It's blurry now. Ah. Is it everybody that's facing this issue? I think it's my network.
I just think the write-up to bit tiny. That's just it. Like the mystery pictures and the rest.
It's just write-up. Okay, it's small. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, don't worry. Miss Mercy, is it possible to make the materials available to the community?
That's the slide?
Yes.
Yes, of course. Okay. I'll send it immediately after, so that's no problem.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so as I was saying, collaboration tools, we have, so I already said creativity, storytelling, drawing, collaboration, you can share your board. Miss Happiness is saying something to me. Yes, Miss Happiness. Oh, okay. So, sorting, I just mentioned, you can have the parents, if you need a particular, if you want the child to do some counting with concrete, what's it called, material, tell the parents. If you even tell them, they'll be happy to even, so tell them, ma, please, we will be using some counters, we'll be using some, if you have pegs, if you have maybe blocks, can you give it to him for ahead of the class? They will oblige you because they want their child to learn, right? And by all means, I also miss this out. For some reason, if you're teaching younger children, you might need to let their parents, tell their parents that they will need to shadow you, right? This one is very important because younger children do not know how to really, and most times, most of these parents know that they have to be around, even if it's not away from the camera, but around that room where the child is learning, because the children need help to be able to handle some of these tasks, okay? So you might need the parents to be there. Yes, for practice, digital games, worksheets. I have so many links. Maybe I should just share some of them online, and we're just going to look at one. There's so many links, and like I said, yes, some of these sites might be paid for, but the truth is that you can still use some of these sites free. You can still use some of these sites free. I'm coming. Let me paste one or two links in the chat so that from the chat, can I? Oh, okay, I know what to do. So I'm coming to that. So we have digital games, worksheets, manipulative, so many sites that can help one to do all of that. So many sites. There's this site I use when I want to teach a particular phonics topic. You can even use games, infuse games. There are so many digital sites. I need to put, I don't want to just be talking on them. Let me show you one of the sites that I use, especially for this one. I use it when okay. Just give me a second, please. I want to share one of those links. This is a board. In fact, it's not a board. It has different features, but I love to use that board, especially when myself and my pupils learn. When we learn a particular sound, if I want them to dictate, because this one, I noticed that when I'm trying to get them to dictate or maybe spell words, and they are using, because now you are teaching younger children, they cannot type on the screen. Many of them cannot type yet. Where is my link? Hold on, please. I don't want to delay with this, so where is my ball? Okay, before the end of the class anyway, we'll go to it. So reflection, you can use emojis, tell them to teach you, regulation, stretching, breathing. Yeah, so let me show you, let me give you a sneak peek. So this is one thing that I did that really helped me to make my resources available to me anytime, let me stop share and share that. So this is my own online engagement toolbox that I created. Hold on. So basically I was able to arrange most of the activities based on class, links. Let me just show you. I'm going to share now. You can see what I'm talking about. This is one should I say library that really helps me. So as I get those links, I stack them based on here. I've stacked them based on class. Oh, okay, so I'm supposed to just slide. Can we see it? You can see it for preschoolers, which many you can see the resource platform, and the links are clickable. It just takes you directly to the link, right? Shapes and spatial reasoning. So it has basically arranged it based on topic, subject, what to use it for, where to and the links are so they are clickable, right? And you can see most of them, they are free links, free sites that you can access without problem. And this is one thing that really helps me. I also share some links in the chat. Just give me a second, let me paste some of the links that I use in the chat. You can see I've arranged them based on class, based on topic, and all of that. I still want to share. Okay, so you can see. So this is one tool that I just recently found, and this one has an interactive board. Let me open it and share. So this one, use it for writing, teaching handwriting even. I know many times, especially for children of this age, they are still struggling with learning how to write. And this is one tool that I have used that is super awesome. Disney. Let me just share it. It's loading. Can you see my slide? Let me be a tutor for today. Can you see my slide? So there are so many tools on this. It has a pro version. I won't even lie. It has a pro version. But let me just show you some of the things you can do on this. Go away now. Don't delay. Go away now. Aha. So there are so many tools. You can see this part I'm clicking on. These are different types of boards. Let's say I want to teach if I want to teach my pupils to write handwriting. I can easily just use the handwriting. You can see that 2D notes that we are used to, right? This I can use to teach writing. I want to teach numbers. I want to teach my pupils to write in the line. I can use the bigger box for them to write. So, can you see what I'm talking about? These are some examples of tools that I use. Okay, let me see. There are so many other tools on this. Can you see? Traffic light, attendance, classroom sitting, body picker, name picker. As I was saying, can you see word search? Can you see this? There are so many activities, and these things are free to use. So, especially for they are free to use. You can see different topics, sound, spin and search, so many things. Let me see if there's anything here. So this is one tool. If you want to practice sounds with your pupils, this is one tool that we can, and there are so many more. I don't want us to dwell on this. I would try to put, somebody's raising a hand. Yes ma'am. I don't know, can we ask questions now? Please just let me wrap up. You can put the question in the chat so that once I'm done, I will try to read it out, because if we start asking, the question can lead us to more loopholes and many more questions. But these are some of the ones that I use. So this is another tool, phonics and stuff. You're teaching sounds. You see, I just finished teaching a particular sound, and I want my pupil to practice words. Oh, my battery is low. Hold on. Give me a second, then plug in my. No. Please just give me a second. Let me plug in my so that it doesn't go. Okay. Yes, thank God you're back. So you're teaching a particular sound, you taught a particular sound or a digraph, and you want to get the children to practice words with that digraph. Let's say I just touch, and remove this. Huh? I just taught those two sounds, those two consonant diagrams. You can see, and you decide, if I'm teaching younger children, I want to practice maybe 2-3 letter number of sound words. I might not practice it. Oh, it's telling me no possible words. So I need to add maybe vowels. I need to add vowels and take out this one. Maybe some. Let me see if I have some possible words. One possible word. How come? So let me just put off. I just want to show us how it looks. Hey, I don't want us to delay on this. So you see, in this case, the children are seeing the word, so they're blending the word, and they get to pick a picture that relates. If you touch it, okay, there are some that have voice, what's it called, attached. So if you click on it, you hear the sound of the word, and the children get to pick. Can you see? And it's very interactive. The child can see what they are writing. This is the ape. They are practicing their sounds. They are picking the words and all of that. Yeah. Let me also show you. Apart from this game, there are so many other activities you can use for this. Use on this site. You can see when you go to tools. Can you see? Different tools. Word mapper, word list, stuff. Let's go to game. Game. So this is one site too. Can you see? Sound it out. Sound blending. Sound and letter match. Sound bingo. Letter sound match. So many things to do. So let me not overflow the issue. So these are some sites that really make learning interactive. Really makes learning interactive. Back to my slide. At the end of it all, the big question: what kind of experience are you creating as an educator? Remember, we established that for you to make learning engaging, you have to move from teaching to what? To creating engaging learning experiences, designing engaging learning experiences. So I know that before, many of us, even myself, I probably was, the tutor that talks, the child listens, worksheet, goodbye. But I want to believe that if there's one thing I want everybody to take away from this training or this workshop or this webinar, is that now for designing our lessons, we're now going to do what? We're now going to be poking our learners. We're now going to be exploring. We're now going to be pausing. We're now going to be practicing and reflecting. Am I right? Give me a thumbs up if I'm right. Give me a thumbs up if that is true. Give me a thumbs up if that is true. Oh, sorry. Yes, thank you, Miss Tonya. You're here. You're here. So, if you were a 4-year-old, would you attend your own online class now? Maybe before you couldn't have attended, but now with what we've learned, I'm very sure that if you're a 4-year-old, you'd probably be interested in attending your own online class. Yes. At the end of the day, children may forget the worksheet that you shared. I think by now we already know. Children may forget the worksheet that you gave them. They may forget the slide that you showed them. But one thing that they will forever remember is how the lesson, how that learning, how that session made them feel. So don't be the teacher that just teaches children online. Be a designer. Design exciting, engaging learning experiences that students want to return to, that your pupils will never forget and that they always want to return to. So this one, everybody is going to participate. So I want you to put it in the chat. What is one thing? Because like I said, we've learned a lot. We've learned 5 hours classroom management routine. We've seen some tools for engaging learners online. We've explored all of those. We've explored the happy framework for engaging our learners. But all these things can look like a lot. It can look overwhelming when you are trying to do all of these things at the same time. So I always advise. I use this method. What's one thing that I want to act on immediately? What's one thing that I want to implement starting today when I'm designing my next class, maybe tomorrow or this night? Some people teach even at night. What is one thing that I want to incorporate from what Miss Mercy shared? What's one thing? So that's what I want you to put in the comments. One thing that will change your next online lesson. Just put it not too deep. You can just say, in my next online lesson, I will. Let's use that prompt. Very quickly. In my next online lesson, I will. Everybody, let's do that very quickly. Everybody. I have how many people here? I have 23 participants minus myself. That's 22. So I'm hoping to reach 23 22 responses. In my next online lesson, I will do just one thing. I'm waiting. In my next online lesson, I will. In my next online lesson, I will. Good. Somebody's here. Some people they are punctual. They should be punctuality prefects because no, they don't wait for others. The 5 hours, okay? I will change my hook. Thank you, Miss Pat. Matt Connor says she would, okay, maybe she was trying to say I will use the 5 hours. Yes, okay. I'm reading on. In my next, you can put it like that so that it's easy for you, so that it also sticks in your mind. In my next online lesson, I will. In my next online lesson, I will. I'm waiting. 2 minus 22 is what? 20. Good. 19. In my next lesson, I'll let my pupils reflect on the lesson. Thank you, Miss Kate. Minus 3, 19. Let's go. That's the last thing we're doing for today, so don't worry. Yes, let's go. We have 19 more people. Just put it. Don't, some of us will think too deeply. It's not that deep. In my next online lesson, I will finish. In my next online lesson, I will. That's all. I'm waiting. Okay, I will incorporate the happy framework. Good, Miss Ezime. In my next online lesson, I will incorporate brain break pictures and diagram book and reflection. Thank you, Miss Adedoyin. Thank you. I'm reading a lot. Okay, so imagine that you had an organized library, online engagement toolkit, or library like I call it, that already organized the tools, the classes, the topics, the subjects, and all of that, and even the age, and you just have it. It's easy for you to pull out and just click and just plan. Do you know how easy that would be? Because I remember that was one of the areas that I struggled with, trying to curate, what's it called, resources, trying to gather resources to make my learning, to make my lessons more engaging. It took a while for me to be able to put that library together, okay? And aside from my slide, I'm going to be sharing the slide, but it took a while for me to put that together, and I just want to be sure that anybody that is getting it is going to actually use it for what the tool is there for. And it just makes your lesson planning super duper easy. It just makes you not a one lesson wonder. You thought one lesson was excellent, but you cannot do something like that again because you could not gather enough resources and all that. And that online engagement toolkit, that resource toolkit just helps. Okay, and I'm willing to give it out, but I just need to be sure that we are going to be committed to using it. So just a commitment fee. Commitment, and I use the word commitment because that's not the cost of the what's it called, of that library. That's not the cost of the library. But at least if I can get at least 10 people or maybe more to pay, even if it's 1,000, I would share to them specifically. Okay, I'm not going to be sharing it on the group. It's actually on my Google Drive, so as many as wish to get it can just send me a DM on the group, or even here or later. Did I paste? I don't know. Is there a way to paste my link on here? Somebody said in my next online lesson. I'm still reading the chat. So with just the commitment fee of 1,000 naira, we all know that toolkit or that library it doesn't cost 1,000. If I wanted to put it out, if I put it out on my seller, I will not sell it anything less than 5K. I would not, because I know what it took me to gather all of those sites, and they are free sites actually. So you are getting it for free. You can always access it anytime, any day, right? It's there for you. So in my next online lesson, I will use picture to create hook and respect. Thank you very much, Mr. Tega. So yes, just a commitment fee, and yeah, that is it. We have said a lot of things. I hope that we can implement all of these things we said. So if you, for any reason, you need it, that particular, I'm going to share my slide, that's fine. But if you need the e-resource toolkit, the library, please just send me a message on the group. I'm also on the group, and I will give you access via your DMs here. So it's not free. I've said it. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. Debbie, for the opportunity to do this.
So much. Thank you very much, Miss Mercy. Please, if you're here and you enjoyed today's session, please, I would like you to give it a rating from 1 to 10. Thank you so much. At this junction, is good night from all of us in TEECH. It's good night to you all.